Hi there, this is Aaron. Today is Saturday the 14th of March and it's day 6 on the allotment. It's another really horrible, grey, wet, cold, really quite miserable day, and I'm probably not going to stay here very long. I'm going to get some digging done and I'll show you a quick look around, but other than that, this is just one of those days when it feels much better to be inside with a cup of tea. One of the things that happened was that I received the rest of my potato order. I showed you my seeds last time. Well, my potato order, I arranged from JBA seed potatoes to arrive in March because I didn't see any point in sort of having them all lying around and annoying my wife all the way through January. So I got brownie points for that. But they did arrive, and you see, the thing is, when you look at the website and you say, oh yes, I need that one, I need that one, you can't picture how big they actually are. So this happened. I've just had delivered the bag of seed potatoes from JBA for this year. Now, to give this some scale, there's the door, there's the bag. The chap that delivered it, yeah, it was definitely heavy for him. And I may have ordered too many potatoes. But as you can see, Oscar is definitely interested in them. I've opened up the packet, and this is what I found. I've ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that's to go with the rooster potatoes that are already chitting. So, starting from the left, these are the Maris Bard. Now these are a super first early. They're along the lines of Swift and Rocket. They grow very quickly, and the idea is to get those into buckets as soon as I possibly can, because they're going to be the first ones out. Then I've got another first early variety, which is Duke of York. Now this is a standard first early variety, and they make very good salad potatoes, so we're looking forward to those. Then I have my second early. Now the main second early is the one that I've grown for 2 years now, which is International Kidney, and they have been my best potatoes both time. But to go with those, I've got 2 other second earlies. I have Kestrel, which is a show potato but also tastes delicious, and Nadine, which is a white show potato and also tastes delicious. Interestingly enough, these International Kidney are labelled as first earlies, and I'm positive that they're second earlies, but I will check that. And then finally what I have is the main crop. Now this is Sarpomira. Now there's something about being a YouTube gardener, growing potatoes and Sarpomira. I think that it's actually in the terms and conditions of use of YouTube that if you are growing potatoes you have to grow Sarpomira. So that's what we're going to be doing this year. Look at that lot. So yes, that's quite a haul of potatoes, isn't it? I'll show you them being chitted in a second, but first of all, let's take a look around the rest at home and see how all the seedlings are getting on. Let's start with having a look at the chilies. You see there, the ones in the big pots are really starting to fill the window. They've come through the winter fine and are just getting ready to start again, so really pleased about these. Now these in the little pots, these 2 really, well 3 actually, they really want to get going and be in a bigger pot. So that's something I need to do. These 2 here, it's a bit of a shame, I've got a few leaf problems. Now I don't know if that's lack of nutrients or if that's something more severe. I've given them a feed, so hopefully they will recover. I'm just going to keep an eye on these. And then that one at the back, that's also ready to be potted on, and that's ready to grow into a big chilli throughout the year. So the chilies have been really good and come through the winter, but it was Samo that was asking about the tomatoes. Now through there, I hope you can see, I've got 5 tomato seedlings that are doing quite well after their first potting on. I've given them a feed as well. They're having a little bit of a drink at the moment, and hopefully they'll be ready to pot on again soon. So we're going to hopefully have some nice tomatoes this year. The onion tragedy just seems to go on and on and on. I'm going to have a few. I'll maybe get 10, maybe 15 onions to go forward, but this is really quite lamentable. It just proves that if I'm going to get things started early, I need the lights, I need the heat mat. What I had just was not adequate, so I'll know for next year. Now, these are some marigolds that have come through. And I'm really pleased about that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marigolds that have come through. That's not an amazingly high germination rate. Given what's happened with the onions, and what's happened with the marigolds, and what's happening with everything else, I think this compost may have been rubbish. So I think I need to sort out some different seed compost, because this is just not doing the business for me. But we've got some marigolds. More onion woe. There's only been a couple of these that have come through. They are last year's seed, but I don't think I should be having this problem. I think it is an issue with the compost, and I think that this seed compost that I've got is not very good. The one allium that hasn't let me down so far this year are my leeks. Now these are actually ready to be potted on, so I'll be doing that very, very soon now. What is nice is to have some carnations up. I've been looking forward to growing these this year. I've never grown any sort of flowers before, so the carnations and also the marigolds are my first ever. And we've got, again, a very, very low germination rate. It's just proving the point, but we have got some of them up. So feeling good about that, and hopefully we'll get a couple of carnations out of it. My other marigolds are up as well. These are the African marigolds. Again, very, very low germination rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. That's pathetic. So, yeah, not really coming good this year. But we've got a few. I'll pot some more and see if we can get a few more. But I'll also be changing this compost because that's not right. No sign of the carrots yet. But I don't know if you can see it. There's one brassica peeping through. Just one, but one's good enough. That's one more than I had last year. I think that's one of my cabbages. Another thing that I must do is say happy birthday to a fellow allotmenteer, which is Bill from Bill's Allotment Diary. I know that a lot of people are subscribed to Allotment Diary, which is Dan's channel, but this is a different one, and this is Bill's Allotment Diary. He started making videos, I think, very much the same time I did. Bill sort of knew more than I do, and I think it pleased him a bit that finally he found another YouTuber that knew less than he did. But you know, like myself, we've both studied hard and learnt as quickly as we can, and I really enjoy Bill's videos. So I mean, if you've got room on your subscriptions list, please do go over and have a look at Bill. He's also got his new puppy, who's called Dexter. And Dexter's gradually growing up. He's at that age where he hasn't quite grown into his paws yet. And so, you know, he lummox about and is just completely adorable on camera. I remember when I had dogs, and I know that the pleasure that they give. And it's really lovely to see Dexter and Bill having fun on the allotment together. So, yeah, please do go and check that out. Now, some of you may have seen on Sean's channel on Friday that he was chitting his parsnips. Now, I swear I'm not just copying Sean here. This was a plan I've had all along, because what I've got is some tender and true parsnips, this year's seed, from the Real Seed catalogue. And Chris was also very kind enough to send me some tender and true parsnip seeds from last year, which is on the right. Now, what I'm going to do is sort of either prove or disprove the saying that parsnip seeds only last from one season to the next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chit both sets of seeds. Last year's are going to go into the container with the blue lid, and this year's are going to go into the container with the white lid. What I'm going to do, I've got some wet kitchen towel in there. I'm going to sprinkle the seeds onto the wet kitchen towel, and then I'm going to put some more damp kitchen towel on top. And the idea is that within a few days, or maybe a week, or possibly two, that the seeds will start to germinate, and so I'll be able to see which ones I can put into the root trainers. So that's the plan this year for parsnips. I've never grown these before. We'll see what happens. And here are all the potatoes now chitting. Well, this is not so good because this is my garlic that I put into modules, and nothing's happened here. And this has been about a month now. In fact, it's been over a month. So I think if this was going to fire, it would have fired. Now, I don't seem to be having any luck whatsoever with alliums this year. And I don't know why that is, because I grew garlic last year, I grew onions last year, I grew leeks last year. And this year, I don't seem to be able to grow any alliums whatsoever. What I do like to do is finish on a positive, and here you can see that this rhubarb is really starting to grow. It's only going to be another week or so, and quite possibly even by the time I get back from the Edible Garden show, we might have some rhubarb as the first harvest from this allotment, and that makes me really happy. Right, so the rain's starting, the light's going, I've had enough of this. I think it's time to go. Now, next week, of course, we'll be at the Edible Garden show at Alexandra Palace in London. We're going to be there, I think, on both the Friday and the Saturday. So if you see us wandering around, please don't feel shy. Do come up and say hello, because I'd love to meet you. And maybe we can share a cup of tea. I also know that Alexandra Palace has a bar, and so they sell beer. So that could be good too. We'll be back here on the plot hopefully on Sunday, and I've booked a few days off holiday on Monday and Tuesday, so I'm hoping to do a bit of filming then. But for now, that's enough for me, and I'll see you next time on The Allotment. Goodbye.